Hi, I'm Catherine Mora. I'm the head book coach and publishing director at Change Empire Books, where we help people write and publish beautiful books and get them out into the world. Today's topic is how to use your book to get paid speaking gigs, or even just speaking gigs. You need to start somewhere. So a book is obviously a great way to raise your profile and be seen as an expert in your industry. And you can use it to open all of these doors of opportunity and create visibility through things like speaking gigs and media. So how do you get those speaking gigs? Because I certainly know that a lot of people who come to me want to get those. The first thing is to keep in mind, you won't get paid speaking gigs straight away normally. You often have to start with a handful of free speaking gigs. Look, and that might be half a dozen, it might be a lot more. It'll depend on your topic and the situation and where you live and a whole lot of things. But the point of the free gigs, firstly, to get feedback on your topics and to see how it goes with the audience, get the audience reaction. Secondly, get photos and video professional, please, if you can. Testimonials from the organisers of those events, and you use all of that to put into your speaking portfolio and make it strong enough that someone will want to pay you. So paid speaking gigs, to give you an idea, it does depend where you live. Here in Australia, there's definitely paid speaking gigs. I have a client who gets 10,000 generally, and for a 3-hour workshop, 30,000. She does a handful throughout the year, and that's enough to keep her busy and happy. Over in the US, I have a client who gets 12 to 15 per keynote, and the reason she's writing a book is actually to get paid more. She wants to be around the 20 to 25 mark, and without a book, that's pretty impossible. So even if you're already getting some speaking gigs, a book will help you get paid. If you're already getting paid, a book will help you get paid more. So it's a really, really great tool. Now, how do you go about that? It's really important that you have a speaker's portfolio, and then in that portfolio you obviously have photos of you with your book, like pretty obviously I'm the author of this book, right? And your description describes you as author of this book, is an expert on blah blah blah, and here's the topics they speak about. You can start with one keynote topic, but if you can develop 3, that would be great. It gives you some flexibility as well as different lengths, so you might be able to do a 20-minute business presentation or a 45-minute keynote, or you might be able to do a 90-minute breakout workshop to sort of show your flexibility around that topic. But the book underpins the whole lot, positioning you as that expert. So I actually spoke to an event organizer in Melbourne who wanted to write a book, but something she said to me was, when someone comes to us to pitch themselves to speak, if they have a book, we find it hard not to pay them. If they don't have a book, we assume that they're free. So that's really interesting. Oh yeah, on your speaker's profile, I had a list here of things. Obviously the photo and your description that mentions you as an author, your keynote topics, your testimonials, your photos, and your logos. So the organizations you've spoken to, all the media you've appeared in, things like that. If you haven't, then don't worry about that section. And these are all things that help. So you can do one initially to get those free speaking gigs, and then after you've done a few of those and you have some great photos and video, you can then upgrade and update your portfolio to pitch those bigger ones, which might be national or overseas or whatever, depending on your topic area. So using a book is such a fantastic way. You can even actually pull bits out of your book, and that's what your keynotes are. So you might have 3 keynotes around 3 topics from the book, as well as there's a whole lot of other things you can do with your book, but today we're talking about speaking. There's a lot of opportunity to tie in what you're doing in your speaking with the book, and depending on whether or not you can sell from stage is another thing entirely, if you're able to then sell programs. Because remember, you're not going to make money from book sales, even though you've done a great job of your book. The money comes from getting the paid speaking gigs, or if you're speaking for free, it's a lead generation thing that you want to sell your programs or your coaching or your workshops or whatever to the people in the audience. So speaking is such a great way to get yourself out there, to get known, to build credibility, and it's a lot of fun. Or if you're like me, it is anyway. Please excuse my dog who's snorting in the background there. I think he wants some attention. I'm going to pop a link below to my 45-step book writing and publishing checklist, which you'll find very handy if you want to write a book and get it out into the world. And I'm happy for you to message me anytime with your questions about books. We can jump on a call and talk about your book idea and brainstorm if that's going to work for you. And I'm always here. So send me a message, and until next time, happy writing.